I want to start off by thanking you for taking a look at our credit report for businesses, or our business credit report, what we call the Phase 1. Before I get into the features and benefits, and before I get into what makes us better, I want to take a couple minutes to walk you through why you're getting such inaccurate results when it comes to pulling business credit reports from a lot of our competitors, and maybe some free sites, or maybe some paid sites, or maybe you're spending a lot of money getting credit reports, but you're finding that you're not getting accurate information. I mean, heck, you could probably pull a credit report on yourself and you could see almost immediately that the information isn't going to be as sharp as you would probably want it to be. There's a very specific reason for this. On the consumer side of credit reporting, right? So when you pull your FICO score, or you go to Credit Karma or whatever site you pull your Experian and your Equifax and your TransUnion and all of that. What you're going to find is a level of consistency and a level of accuracy. That's done by design. Okay, so society has created laws and regulatory bodies to enforce and make sure that when information is exchanged and reported on an individual, that the information is accurate, right? You can't just, I can't just decide to go report some blemish on your credit. I can get sued for it. The regulatory bodies will sanction me. You have a solid dispute system that allows you to dispute my allegations or dispute my reporting. So what this does is this creates consistency across the board, right? This makes the reporting dependable. It makes it reliable. It's the way that really our society runs when it comes to credit. I mean, credit is such an important thing when it comes to the consumer world, when it comes to lending and borrowing and really the economy in general, right? Well, on the business side, there's none of that. You don't get any of that type of consistency. And the reason for that is because when you get into the business sector of credit reporting, there are no laws and there are no regulatory bodies. So what that allows companies to do is report at any level of frequency, at any level of consistency, or at any level of fairness that they feel. So as a company reporting on another company, there's nothing that tells me I can't just report all your negative stuff, or I can't just report all your positive stuff, or I can't just report to the customers, for the customers that I really, really like and leave the other ones out of it, right? Or maybe that I don't have to report at all. Maybe I just don't want to report. The other issue that you run into when it comes to business credit reporting is it hasn't really caught on, right? Well, why hasn't it caught on? Because most of the places that you're going to report to are going to be for-profit businesses. So a lot of small businesses, medium-sized businesses, they're not spending the money for these big subscriptions to be able to report information. Plus, a lot of times there's a heavy burden involved with the fact that they have to upload all this information, and they have to maybe hire 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the organization to make sure the reporting's accurate. And because they're not getting good reporting information back, because not everybody's doing it, the motivation to do all that stuff isn't really there, right? So bottom line, across the board, consistency in business credit reporting is just not there. This is why we designed our Phase 2, which I don't want to get too deep into, but you have if you want, you can look into it. Our Phase 2 is basically the ultimate silver bullet designed to basically cut through that inconsistency, have a licensed private investigator go in and actually personally assess a business for you, giving you something that's 1,000 times more accurate. But again, that's another phase. I don't want to get too deep into that. So let's talk really quick about the things that we're doing on our Phase 1 business credit report to make us better and to give you a more accurate report. So the first thing you need to know is we went out and we basically partnered with all of our competitors, or what you would perceive to be our competitors, and we went out and got all of their information, the best ones. We didn't, there's a lot of people out there claiming to be credit reporting, agencies or services, but not all of them are good. In fact, I would say probably 95% of them are worse than the others, right? So we've basically went to the top half. We partnered with them. We gathered their information, And what we've done is we've coupled that information with third-party information, third-party meaning collection agencies, law firms, and creditors' insurance companies. And we've basically partnered with them and said, hey, listen, why don't you give us some of your data? We'll trade our data with you. You give us your data. And then what we'll do as a unit or as a kind of a community of credit reporters, right, is we'll be able to exchange that information, making our systems more accurate than the other guys. So what you basically get when you're doing business with us is you're not going to just get the third-party data with the collection agency, the law firms, and let's face it, they're the ones that know the real ugly stuff that's going on when it comes to a business, because they're actively suing, they're actively pursuing, they're talking to these people, right? So they have data in their systems. But in addition to that, you're also getting all of the credit reporting, the best credit reporting that's out there right now. And then in addition to that, we actually have one of our personalized analysts or our analyst team compiling the information, making sure that they do some cross-referencing in that information to give you the absolute best report that you're going to get. Now I'm going to tell you again, we're not the most accurate. We're not 100% accurate, I should say, but you're going to get a lot more efficiency and a lot more precision when looking at our report, because we're gathering data for so many places that we're just going to be more accurate than the next guy. So with that being said, I appreciate you looking into us. We want to thank you again. We want to service you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We can get a live private investigator on the phone with you. Or we can live chat with you. You can chat with us through social media. So that way we can get you the answers that you need. And then, of course, if you're looking for accuracy, you're looking for something that you can really depend on, and you're maybe dealing with a big deal or something that has a lot riding on it, and you just can't risk having something that's subpar, check out that phase 2, and I think that you're going to be satisfied beyond your wildest dreams. So with that being said, thanks again.